Missing everything.
Really? You gonna you gonna start joking? Good good evening.
Yo.
Good morning for those on the other side of the world. It's good afternoon for those in Hawaii, but not in Christina land because it's evening over there.
Yeah.
Welcome to CNC SciFi Grill. This is our review of WandaVision 9. I am one of your hosts, Cliff. To my left is Big Nate. And below us is my lovely daughter, Christina, who was juking to the countdown for some odd reason because,
Hey, the music's bopping,
So we're going to do like we did last week, where we're going to go through, a non-spoiler, just a summary of what happened. And then we're going to get into the spoilers, and then we're going to bring in someone also. What's up, Big Nate?
I just want to say that this episode is brought to you by the letter E and the number 17.
I thought it was brought to you by the letter Q. Why is the letter E getting more play than the letter Q? I don't understand that.
E is getting played.
And why did the number purple not come up as a sponsor? They paid. The number purple paid.
This just get weird.
All right. So let's see if I can summarize this as the best I can without giving up too much info. So basically, we start the show with a recap of last week, going over everything that Wanda was put through to see her world. Basically all her pain. It was Iron Man 3, except it wasn't exposition of her talking about herself like Iron Man 3 was. And then we start the show off, and the boys are being held, and eventually the boys get free, and then we have a free-for-all fight. So first it was the witches, and then it was the androids. And then it was back and forth. The smart dummy who
The androids?
Yes, the androids. So the smart dummy still was a smart dummy. So I'm sorry, he proved himself to be quite a smart dummy in this episode.
Well, I'm trying not to be a spoiler, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. But he did not win out in the end.
No. So there was a lot of exposition in one battle, and we'll get into that later. I mean, that was Shakespearean level exposition.
Oh my god! I was sitting there watching it. I was like,
"What?"
Okay.
But we'll get into that in the spoilers, and then so in the end, there's everybody gets freed. And Wanda gets her send off, and then Monica gets her send off, and everything is somewhat back to normal. And then we got two cutscenes. So tell you guys now, this is just like any Marvel movie now. So don't cut off the credits, and you can tell that there's going to be a second end scene because the credits normally would start showing Age of Ultron every time that I was watching this. And they got to the credit scene, it would show, a suggestion for what to watch next. I don't know if that happened with you guys, but it happened with me.
Yeah, it happened.
So that's that. That I think that's about the best summary I can give without giving away too much. So I'm gonna give you people a good 30 seconds. What?
I'm not gonna give away a spoiler. Not. But I'm just saying, People are mad as hell
Mhm.
on one issue, and when we get to it, I have to expound upon it. And I think it's flipping brilliant. I love
I think the whole
all
episode was brilliant. Everything, the whole series was brilliant.
it was
Everything about
brilliant,
it was brilliant.
but we're gonna get to a point. And without giving on spoiler, talking about her brother.
Yes.
And I thought that was
yeah.
incredible.
Mhm.
It set all of these wannabe super theorists down and said,
It shut down everybody. The whole episode shut down the whole thing.
everybody.
So,
It
everything.
was brilliant. Go ahead, proceed.
So I'm gonna give y'all 30 seconds to get off the stream. And before we get into spoilers, then we can briefly talk about Legends, which is something that Marvel does before any new show or series kicks off. Which with this one, because they did this before WandaVision started, they had episode about Wanda, then they had an episode about Vision. This week, because in 2 weeks they're gonna have Winter Soldier and Falcon starting, they did that with Bucky and Sam, which actually, if you watch the Sam one, that was a nice little, all of them have been nice little overviews of their lives in every movie they've been in. They even tell you which movies to go to see them at the end credits. I don't know if you guys had a chance to watch the Legend stuff yet. No? You should watch them. It's a nice refresher without having to go back and watch 18 movies, basically.
It's probably the whole thing.
Yes. So now to get into spoilers, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna get these out. So just so y'all know, we going into spoiler land. Oh, I should have popped this before I came in here. They really put those bottles of caps on there tight. So all I'm gonna say is it's been Agatha all along.
All along.
Oh,
There was no bigger bad.
No.
Well, Wanda was kind of a bigger bad, but
No,
it's
but
been
literally
Agatha.
been Agatha all
along.
And they told you in episode 7 who it was, but everybody kept saying, "Oh no, she's," and even we did it. Oh no, she's working for somebody. She's working for somebody else. She can't be the sole thing.
But
And
even last week, I was like, I don't want to predict nothing.
Yes.
Who knows where Disney is going to take it?
Right. I didn't know what was going to happen next week. I did not know.
Mm-hmm. So, so I made a whole list of stuff. So one big thing that everybody needs to know, and I don't know if you guys noticed this, it was a series finale, not a season finale. It is a series finale. So this is it and all. This is all you get of WandaVision until the Avengers. Right. Until the Avengers or Doctor Strange. So that's all you're gonna get. So Nate, I'm gonna let you expound.
Okay.
And then we'll let Christina expound. We're just gonna I have a whole page of notes in Google Keep that I have.
We start off, right where we left off with Agatha. She's got the two boys, and she lets them go and they start fighting. And Agatha does Agatha. She talking crazy. I love Agatha. She's my spirit animal. And, from there.
You're a nosy neighbor?
Wait, say again?
You're a nosy neighbor?
That's later on.
That was great.
He is nosy, but he ain't a nosy neighbor. He keeps to himself, but he ain't.
No.
But
no, I don't want to.
But he'll be in your business if you a friend. That's only because he cares about you.
Yeah, but if I don't know you and I'm none of this. But anyway, and they get to expounding about, of course, about how she's she's a Scarlet Witch, and they go into fighting, and she starts absorbing Wanda's power, and we start realizing, like Cliff said, it literally was Agatha all along. All she wants is Wanda's power so she can elevate herself to a Scarlet Witch.
And then she's like, well, you're chaos and you don't know how to control this, so I should have it.
So I can control it. It's like, but no.
What makes you any better?
Because wait, in her mind, she had training. But we know
she didn't have no training.
Have any training.
Exactly.
You know, and so they're going at it, and I love how she's absorbing the power. She's absorbing the power, but then Wanda got sly on her and hit her with a car, which I thought was
that was hilarious.
Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz.
Great. Oh, to the Wizard of Oz. All you see is shoes. I was like, there's under boots. I was like, is she the Wicked Wiz? Did some hand land on it?
Which was hilarious.
Oh my God. I was cracking up. Elijah was like, I don't get it. And I was like,
I don't get it. Exactly.
You old. I mean, you young. You young.
Keep living, kid. You'll get it. You'll get it shortly. So then we turn around and then White Vision lands. And then I'm gonna hand the mic to Christina. Go ahead.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. How did she not know that was not her vision?
Like, yes, he looks entirely different, but I'm just gonna stroll on along. Vision? Bitch, you don't. What in the haberdashery?
She did straight stupid girl in a horror movie. She went straight.
Literally, I thought that they were gonna pull like some classic Marvel thing and just have her die. Like, I literally, I was convinced.
Well, he was crushing her head.
He was literally crushing her head. And I was like, all right, cool, Wanda's dead now. All right, I guess I've accepted that.
I was like, wow.
So upset. I was like, I know she did not just casually, in all her power, stroll up to him.
Even though
he looked completely different.
One question. Regular or TV vision. That's what I'm gonna call them, and I'm gonna call that one cataract vision. TV vision. Where in the bleep was he? How far away? No. He's been gone 2 episodes. How far away was he? And he flies.
Pretty far.
Well, sometimes you're not in Kansas anymore.
But he flew up. When they was fighting later on, he flew up and you could see the whole town. It wasn't that far he could have been.
Well, maybe he stopped and got a cheeseburger. Whataburger's open all night.
Or he stopped and did a interview. Maybe like he did on episode 7.
Everybody want to go at 6 in the morning. I don't know what to tell you.
Go ahead, CJ. I'm sorry. So he's crushing her head.
So he's crushing her head. And then, boom, TV show Vision comes out. And he's like, where are the boys? And she's like, in their room, safe.
Yeah, don't mind the guy crushing my head.
But also, you don't know where Agatha is, and you just assume the boys are in their room safe? What is so special about their room? What's going to protect them in there?
Well, because she knows Agatha is trying to concentrate on her now. Agatha,
I guess. But she literally just saw the woman choke the boys out to get to her.
Yes.
Like, why would you just assume, they're safe even though I can't see them? No!
Yeah, when she sent them to the room, I thought that was so stupid. I was like, wait.
Go to your room. What is that going to do?
Go to your room.
But doesn't it happen in everything? It's always, and you got to forgive me because we just saw Raya in The Last Dragon today. But it's always go or stay here. And you're like, why is there safe?
The why?
What makes that safe?
I don't understand why the boys. I was like, one has powers.
No, they both got powers.
One has her powers, and the other one can run real fast. We live as a family. We die as a family. Elijah, grab a staff, start swinging.
Nobody seen The Incredibles?
Incredibles!
They were literally The Incredibles.
I was like,
they actually had an Incredibles moment. later on. It was really cute.
Yeah.
So but go ahead. So regular TV Vision shows up.
And then he starts fighting with Cataract Vision. She's like, "Ah, yes, I'm just gonna go find Agatha." Freaking Agatha's launch was like, "Oh man, your ex-boyfriend and your boyfriend at the same time."
She is oh my god, she is trolling. She is a quintessential troll.
Her lines are so funny. They're so funny. So they go off fighting, and then Agatha and Wanda go off fighting. And then I don't remember what happens after that.
So Wanda and Agatha end up in the square. Vision, Cataract, and TV Vision are in the sky fighting. At the same time, we finally see Monica, who is trapped in the attic with Pietro, and so she tries to get past Pietro, and Pietro's like, "No, where the hell are you going?" And he uses his super speed and pushes her down. And then the next thing we see is Agatha and Wanda. So Agatha, what the hell? Doing Anakin and Agatha? So Agatha lands on the building, which I don't know if you guys noticed, her fingers were black the whole time.
Yeah, they were.
Her fingertips were black, which is kind of a witch thing that a lot of Hollywood seems to love to do, and I don't know why, but I guess it's just a thing. So she's taunting Wanda basically for her to use her powers because she knows that's the only way she can train her. So she frees Dottie.
Right.
And Dottie gets free, and Dottie goes, "Can my kids play with yours? Can they have a role on the show?" And that's when we find out that, just like Nate said, the kids are locked in their room, sleep. Just locked away. If I don't need you, you're not around.
And that's why, and I said it several episodes ago.
Yeah,
Wanda is not the hero. Wanda is using people as puppets to deal with her pain, and
unknowingly, but still, yes.
But still, and so then I love how Agatha unlocks all of these people, and they all start coming at her like, "It hurts. We feel your pain."
Yeah, when we sleep, we dream your nightmares.
And I'm like, damn, this is deep. This is really.
And then, so this woman was able to control y'all minds and make you feel her pain. So what do you try to do?
We're gonna mob her.
Because that has worked so far so well against a superpower being that can control a whole town and make you dream their thoughts.
Foolish.
And I'm sorry, and Nate, you're a dad, and I'm a dad. If I just got freed from a mind control and I'm asking about my child, can my child play with you? I'm gonna go check on my child. Maybe I'm crazy like that. So I don't know if Agatha gave them a little push to aggravate them and increase the tension.
I really think she unlocked them, and desperation will have you do anything. And she's like, "Can I just can I play with my children? My children can't wake up out of their spell in the bed." I think that's pure desperation. And I agree with you. If I just got unlocked, I'm a regular human, and you just controlled me where I couldn't even do anything but what you told me. As soon as I get unlocked, I would have ran home. And that's why I'd have been ready.
Right, because I don't know when I'm going to get locked away again.
I'll see y'all later.
Piggy went to Market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy had roasty. And this little piggy ran all the way home. I'm going home.
Bye.
And I'm telling you, I was like, "Wait, y'all gonna fight her?" But what
are y'all normal selves gonna do?
Right? What you gonna do? Kia to death? What you gonna do? Anyway.
Okay.
Please, Miss Maximoff, don't hurt me more than you already have.
And so then, so Wanda starts tripping, and she's giving away more power.
Well, first she throws everybody off of her.
Right.
And they're like, I love the mom from that '70s show, and she goes,
Oh yeah,
"Look, if you won't let us go, just kill us."
just kill us.
And then Agatha's up there taunting
Oh,
again,
yeah.
and she knows exactly
Like,
what
just
she's
do
doing.
it.
She's like,
Just do
you're a
it.
hero. You're a hero. You should save them. So Wanda starts absorbing the hex back. She starts pulling it back, and she tells people to run. As soon as she started absorbing, you wouldn't have to tell me to run. I'd have been gone.
Bye.
I'd have been gone. So so while she's doing that, the other divisions are fighting still up in the sky and blasting each other, trying to blast each other, and then TV Vision starts falling, and he hits the ground, and then we start at the same time. Billy and Tommy realize something is happening with Mom, so he has a vision. He has a vision. And they end up in the town square. So the whole family's in the town square, and
But also,
the
a little bit
boys.
before this, we missed that when she started.
Haywood.
Yeah, when she started absorbing the hex, Hayward was like, "All right, let's go." As
Right.
if that was like some sort of signal he was waiting for.
I have a
for
question.
charging in there.
How did Jimmy get caught? And where
Is
was
the
the
rest of the
general
people
he
he
was
was
with,
with?
or the colonel
Yeah.
he was with,
Yeah.
and her whole team? Where are they?
Where'd they go?
They just all just.
I mean, maybe he got caught on purpose, but still, like
They bounced out. It was like, this is not my circus, not my monkeys. They bounced out.
So Jimmy is arrested during all this, and he's in chains. And then to Christina, what Christina said, when she starts absorbing the hex, then Haywood makes the very smart decision. I done already sent Vision in there. Let us go in here with my army, because we can take out Wanda. We can do it.
Because
We got
obviously our guns worked last time. Yeah.
Our bullets worked on her father. Oh, wait. No, they didn't. Damn it. The only family member bullets work on is Pietro. I'm sorry.
Yikes.
And it's only that Pietro that they
got a little rough in here. Let's keep going.
So, military show. Well, Wanda starts seeing the family disintegrate, so she stops the hex from collapsing. And so they all huddle up, and then that's when the military comes in, and they jump out there and they pull out their guns. What?
And then they had their incredible
pose. Incredible moment.
Yes, they did the pose.
It was great. I'm pretty sure that was actually like an Incredibles reference. Because
so
Wanda was in like the Elastigirl pose.
Right.
So the military gets out of their vehicles and they pull guns because, to Christina's effect, this worked so well in episode 5 or 4. It worked. No, it was episode 5. It worked so well. So well.
Brilliant.
Let's do the same thing again.
And this is why I call him a smart dummy. And he is the typical evil director archetype. He is the typical just, I'm smart, but I'm also stupid director.
Smartest idiot ever.
We also, during this, do find out Agatha reveals what the book is she has, which is the Darkhold, which you guys probably don't know about because you didn't watch Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and you didn't watch, I don't think you lost the other show that was on Hulu, The Runaways.
But
that was a part.
Something on TikTok that said that because she now has it, it makes Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. not canon.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. took place in that's not true, because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Winter Soldier were directly tied together. So there was a part, in the big reveal of Winter Soldier and the fall of Hydra, when Winter Soldier came out, everybody's like, do not watch this episode of S.H.I.E.L.D. because it gives Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because it gives away the movie. You had to go see the movie first. So you went to go see the movie, you find out that Hydra had infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D., and then you go watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and everybody's like, Hail Hydra, and you're like, what the bleep is going on? But so I don't see it's still canon, I think. I think parts of it is still canon. It's just
but I did watch some episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I just wasn't as involved or devoted
Yeah,
to it as we
out
are
of
to
it too.
WandaVision.
Yeah, I watched like the first 4 or 5 episodes, and I just couldn't get into it.
It's a slow burn. It's a slow burn.
It's just not as good as WandaVision, man.
No. So, they take Wanda tells the boys to handle the military. Vision goes off to fight Vision, and then Wanda goes to fight Agatha, and she teleports, which is something that she didn't show she could do before. So, what you guys don't watch Dragon Ball, but there was a movie a couple years ago. I don't know, CJ, you don't watch it, do you? So the movie a couple years ago was Broly. In that movie, when they were fighting him, they were like, he's learning as we go, as we're fighting him. He was learning how to counter them. This is exactly what Wanda was doing this whole show, and that comes to be a big thing at the end.
It's great.
But
she's such a Slytherin, and I'm freaking here for it.
So, they start fighting, and then that's when the Vision, Cataract, and TV Vision have the philosophical battle in the library.
In the library.
Dope.
British. Very British.
Am I the true Vision?
Right, because Cataract said his job was to destroy the Vision, which to me, I'm sitting there like, but you are technically
the
Vision. So why would you?
This is not connecting.
No.
Cannot compute.
No.
Which is literally what happens, by the way.
Yes. So in the end, he ends up, TV Vision ends up waking up other Vision's mind.
Cataract Vision's memories.
But before all that happens, they're having their philosophical discussion. Wanda's disappeared and Agatha's looking for her. But we return back to Pietro's room. And we find out, so they tied up a loose end with that one.
I love it.
So Pietro was actually
an actor.
Was he no, I don't think he was an actor.
No, those were actor headshots.
I thought he was the witness protection guy.
No.
Was he really? I thought that those were actor headshots.
No, he was the witness protection guy.
God.
Yes, that was who Jimmy was looking for. And that was his house he lived in that Agatha took over.
Lived in. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was Boner. I thought it was Bonner, but they called him Boner. And so, they made fun of that. And yeah, go ahead, Big Nate.
Again, it was so brilliant. We had all of these smart conspiracists that thought that they were just using this to jump off. They were going to jump off the mutants
or Nightmare or something. Yeah.
And all these great things. And all it was that he was a guy who lived there, whether he was an actor or witness protection. And Agatha just used him to
recast Pietro.
And
quick question: where did he get his powers from?
Wait. The powers was that circle around his neck.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think that was how she was Monica asked, "How is she controlling you?" My question was, did that necklace give him the powers? I don't know for sure about that.
I thought it was both. I thought the necklace was controlling him and then also gave him his powers.
And that gave him the power for her to do what he did because she was playing him because he had to be able to be fast to be her brother.
Right.
But I think she gave him that power, and I really think that she was just talking through him, using him. And when Monica breaks off that chain, he's like, "Don't hurt me!" And I'm like, he turned into a normal human being.
Well, the other thing was, if you guys didn't notice, her eyes changed colors, so she was able to see the spectrum in the light around the thing. That's the only way, because it wasn't glowing until her eyes changed colors.
Yeah,
and that's when she really saw it.
Right.
So she snatches that off, and he's a regular human. And then Monica goes to help the family. She gets there right when the boys are doing their Violet and Dash thing. So Violet,
Oh my God.
or Wiccan. That's what we're going to call Wiccan. Oh, wait. We got our special guest. Our
Oh,
special
snap.
guest is here. We got our special guest. We were just on the Incredibles moment with the twins doing their Violet and Dash impressions.
They did strike the Incredibles pose. I'm glad I was like, are they?
That's what I said.
Yeah,
They spin around them real fast and get the tornado going.
right.
I was
Right,
like, wait, is that the?
So Wiccan holds, basically mind controls him and stops him from doing anything. And then I wanted to say Dash, but I know his what's his name? What's his superhero name? I can't remember what it is. He speeds up and grabs all the guns. And so Hayward, in his ultimate smartness, I'm getting feedback. I don't know who's
It
from.
has an echo.
Is that me?
Yeah, I think that's you.
Let me leave and come back in.
Yep.
All right.
So in his ultimate brilliance,
I'm gonna shoot the kids with superpowers.
I'm going to get out my car while these kids are distracted and shoot these kids because that works so well with the
With their
kids
mother.
with the glowing eyes. That works so well with them.
Idiot.
Let me do it with these kids.
Idiot.
And so I mean, how? First off, he done an ops creating the vision, the cataract vision, which is illegal, which is a special op that off the books. Now he's literally shooting at children and shooting at children and shoots, and then of course Monica steps in. And with her superpowers, she's able to block most of the bullets but one.
Well, she didn't block them. They actually went through her body and slowed down. She phased them.
Right.
So,
and then you got the final bullet that went through, and was it Billy? He put up and used his power and stopped the bullet.
Yeah, Violet.
Yep. Yes, he did the Violet. He did do the Violet. That was the whole Violet thing. So they did do that. Was a big nod to the Incredibles. That whole sequence was a big nod to
The
Incredibles.
whole sequence.
And then they commented and said, "Oh, we like your powers," and then she was like, "Oh, I like yours too," and all that. And that's when the philosophical moment had ended, and Vision had unlocked the other Vision
of Theseus and like all that. And I'm like, hello. Weren't you all just? There's a whole thing going on.
Now
Like,
there was something we missed that was funny, which was Tommy when they got all back together and Cataract came down and Tommy goes,
Stop. Wait. Did you just call him Cataract?
"Yes, I did. That's what I'm. That's how I'm differentiating them. One is TV vision, the other one's Cataract.
I can't.
That's how I'm doing it.
I cannot. Yeah. We can't have high def vision and then black and white vision.
You have stereo and Dolby. Sir, you have
a
stereo and Dolby. That's what you got.
We have 4K vision, and then we got 10. Let's see.
But he looks and he goes, "Well, wait a minute. There's Dad there." And wait, what's going on?
wait there a minute.
So White Vision then becomes derelict dad and leaves. You never see him again the whole episode.
What?
You just got back all your memories, including your love of Wanda, and you leave.
All of these memories.
So, did you ever watch the Justice League cartoon?
Yeah.
And they had the one with Amazo.
Yes.
When he got God powers and just left the planet.
Mm-hmm.
That's immediately what I thought of when he left.
Literally, I was just like, you realize
what was he gonna?
You realize the love of your life is here. You created another you from your pain that you're basically brought back to life. She's fighting another witch, and to your eye is kind of losing. Bye. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go.
Because my man, listen. Hold on. He just got some heavy info. Sometimes you just gotta step back and read.
What kind of husband are you?
Wait, you got a 30-year-old
husband. He probably realized, one, I don't think that was the vision that left, but I'm gonna say that for him. He probably realized, okay, you here, you got it, I'm out. He went to the store to get some cigarettes. He'd be right back.
To do what? Where?
He did. No, he did a Dr. Manhattan.
Where did he have to go? No.
So I don't know, Nate and Christina, have y'all ever watched? God dang it, where's Dr. Manhattan from? Why can't I think about that right now?
He's from
Watchmen. Have y'all ever watched Watchmen? Either one of you?
Yes.
So okay, so you remember what happened with Manhattan? He couldn't take any more of the humans, and he was like, "I'm gone. I ain't got time for this shit."
Yes.
That's basically what Vision did. He was like, "You know what? This is too much."
Well, but wait, I mean, it's kind of dope, and I'll tell you why. Because the reality of it is once we saw what later on what Wanda was doing, it just sets them up to reconnect in another movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And did y'all like Monica's Neo moment? She was kind of Neo.
Yeah.
So while Agatha's watching that, we get our Age of Ultron moment, which is Wanda showing up behind her and basically, going into her mind, which Agatha gives the greatest Captain Kirk
Oh my God
impersonation I've ever seen before in my life.
Brilliant.
She is a ham of the highest order.
The highest order.
They take her back basically to Salem witch trials with her coven, and her coven starts waking up because Wanda's going to use them to kill her as her nightmares. With there's a cue to the nightmares, and then the coven turns and looks at Wanda and goes, "You're the Scarlet Witch."
Scarlet Witch.
So we're not going to worry about the chick that drained all our powers and killed us. We're going to worry about the Scarlet Witch.
Foolish.
So
Scarlet Witch is the bigger threat.
This is true, and
Scarlet
she is
Witch
the
is
agent of chaos.
Right, stronger than the Sorcerer Supreme, allegedly.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's right. They did mention that she's stronger than Doctor Strange.
She's a bigger threat.
So they end up surrounding Wanda, take her to the stake. Wanda breaks free, knocks out all the ghost witches, and then throws Agatha out of her dreams, and then they fly up to fight each other. And that is one of the best scenes I've ever seen.
It was
and
so good.
Agatha was like, "Look, I'll fix everything for you. Just give me your powers." So that was kind of like I don't know if you guys remember the original Incredible Hulk with Eric Bana, where his father was like, "Give me your powers."
Right.
And that's what I thought was going to happen. But what happened was even better.
Because
in Incredible Hulk,
what happened was so Slytherin, and I'm so here for it.
So what happened in Incredible Hulk, he overloaded his dad. His dad couldn't take all the pain and anguish and the power, basically. In this one, Wanda psyched her out, which I don't know as a witch how she didn't catch on to what was going on.
She was so focused on absorbing her power.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which was beautiful. I thought it was great. It was amazing.
Yes. So at that moment, the Olsen twins made an appearance on the show. When Wanda lost all her powers and she was floating in the sky, she looked like the Olsen twins.
Right.
That's so mean. That's so mean. I can't be a part of this.
You're going to hell. I'm going to hell.
Am I lying? Am I
Oh,
lying?
You call shotgun going to hell with me.
Am I lying?
Oh my God.
So it's time for Wanda to do the Captain Kirk moment. And Agatha's all talking crap, and she's like, "Well, I can't fix your spell anyway. Ha 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 ha! I've got you." And then she tries to cast a spell, and she's like, "Huh?
Hold on, wait. It was like, remember with the reboot of Star Trek when Sulu tried to move the Star Trek Enterprise and went dun, 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 dun.
But here's
She
the
was
thing.
literally like,
Well, wait, if she took her power, how is she still flying? At some point, you're like, I got her power. Why is she still flying? She didn't drop. She just
Well, but
I feel like she only took like the chaos magic. Like she still had the power from the Mind Stone. Like that wasn't like the chaos magic was not everything that she had.
mm-hmm.
But that was all that Agatha wanted.
Yes. So then Wanda's like, haha, you see the rune stones? And Agatha's like, oh.
Right.
Like, God damn it. You done bamboozled me.
Wanda not only took back her power, but she took back all the power that Agatha has taken over the last, 400 years?
Yes. She snatched everything back. She was like, snatch and give me this, and give me this, and give me this too. And your feelings. I was like, damn.
So at that point, Wild Knight, to your effect, she did float Agatha down because Agatha had no power. So she was holding her up at that moment, and then she floated her, and then Wanda floated her down. But what about the new costume? What about the new costume?
Agatha hit kind of hot.
Oh,
that costume was kind of hot though. Which reminded me of the costume. Kind of reminded me of if you read Doctor Strange's girlfriend Clea from Another Dimension. It looked like that.
Oh,
okay. If you look at his girlfriend, it looks like her. I was like,
so cool.
She even has a hoodie with it. It has a built-in hoodie. Nate, what did you think about it? Well, Nate, what did you think?
That's what she changed. That's what she got hoodie from.
Oh, that costume was on hit. That costume was on point. I mean, but here's the issue. Like when Wanda fulfilled herself and she says, I knew who I was all along. I didn't need you to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, brilliant. And then she got her costume. It was just, I thought it was brilliant. I think that whole situation was brilliant. I think that they set up all these theorists and they just shut all of it down.
Oh, yeah. All the Mephisto people, all the Nightmare people, they in the corner like this, like
mother puss bucket. I was like, good job. Good job, you damn theorists. Have a damn seat.
It was Agatha all this time.
Along. I needed to.
It really wasn't Agatha. Agatha really wasn't. It was really Wanda.
Yes. Yes, that's what I said too. It was a mix between the both.
Agatha was like, what's going on over there? She like her spiritual spidey sense. She's like, what was that? I feel a disturbance in the force. Like 1,000 voices all at once and then stopping. So she's like, let me go see what that is. Then she was like, I seized an opportunity. She really wasn't doing anything to the other people. That was Wanda torturing everybody and making it. Agatha was like, I just came for some rice cakes.
Not the rice cakes.
The rice cakes. So she came for the. She was like, "Oh, this is what we doing? Well, let me dabble.
Let me just join the thing."
So I did accidentally skip a part, which was Haywood after he was out of bullets jumping in the car. One question, guys. Wait. One question. What happened to the soldier that was driving his vehicle? Where'd she go?
She's in the other car. He
jumped in a different car. Oh, she jumped
in a totally different car.
I thought it was the same car because I was like, where did the lady go that was in the driver's seat?
He hopped in a totally different car and was like, I'm gonna drive away from the kid with super speed.
And gets hit by an ice cream truck.
No. Remember, he put it in reverse to then put it in drive to gun it.
He was gonna run over.
Oh yeah, he was gonna run them over.
Run them over.
He was going to try to run him.
And then Darcy said, nah, bitch.
Right.
What got me is, okay, you just saw these kids take out your soldiers. You just saw Monica phase bullets through her. What is your Humvee gonna do?
Like, I can pick up my brother and we can move. And Monica dip, so I don't know what you expect to happen here.
But he's still thinking in a singular mindset, which is kill them at all costs. Because if any of these people get out and talk about what I did, I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Monica not Monica, but she finally gets
Jimmy Woo. You should have killed Jimmy Woo.
Yeah, he should have, but he didn't want to kill a FBI agent. Not yet, anyway. He wanted to.
Right. So he can blame it on Wanda.
Right. So he can blame it all on Wanda and then get rid of Jimmy after that, because then at that point, who cares? Because he's brought home Vision and all this other stuff. So Monica or Agatha's basically powerless now. And she's like, oh, what are you going to do with me? You need me. And Wanda does the most, add to Christina's effect, slithering thing I've ever seen. She said, "Well, you're going to be the nosy neighbor now," and Agatha had this look of revelation, like, "Wait, what? No, no,
Please
no,
no.
no, no."
Please no.
She always begs the same way, and it's still a phony beg when she does.
It's so funny.
It's a phony beg, though. I mean, she doesn't want anything to happen, but she does, and it's ridiculous.
It's so funny.
So she ends up becoming a nosy neighbor, which was funny because she was like, "Okay."
Hi.
She basically
I'm
told her
here.
character,
Is it just your outfit?
mhm. Where's her familiar? Wasn't her familiar supposed to be helping her during all this
Where's
too?
her damn husband?
That rabbit, her husband was Ralph.
Never seen her.
It was Quicksilver. Remember, they said when
Oh
it
yeah.
was like, your name is Ralph? And I was like, that's Ralph.
Oh my god, and that didn't even connect to me.
So she turned her husband into Quicksilver. That's where he came from.
Oh
That's
my god.
so funny.
Now the rabbit, we don't know what the bird-eating rabbit, we don't know where the rabbit.
Yeah, but so what I'm saying though is that so the kid that was there that actually lived in that basement was who she assumed as the husband.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then she made him look like Pietro.
Right.
If he didn't already look like Pietro, you know. Well, she made him look like Fox's Pietro. As far as we are concerned, he looked like Fox's Pietro, but he looked like Ralph to everybody. He was Ralph. I mean, that's who Ralph was.
And we never found out who Jimmy Woo was looking for either.
No, because I'm still thinking it was Ralph because he had all those pictures up there. I thought he was the witness protection person. I thought Ralph was.
He might have been.
So we get the nods from Wanda and Monica, and I'm like, shouldn't y'all be talking or whatever? But she ends up leaving. She ends up leaving.
And then y'all just gonna let her walk out this town.
No. We're not there yet. This is just her walking everybody home because she's pulling in the hex and freeing everybody. And I got a question for y'all. So my imaginary family is about to disappear. Would I be putting my boys to bed and locking them in their room?
Actually, I thought that was the right way to do it.
That was the right
way.
And I'm gonna watch them disappear.
Right. You don't want to do that. And plus the fact you don't want to look at the fear in their eyes. You're doing it so you can sacrifice them being afraid. You put them to bed so they don't have to see you being afraid they're about to go away. No, that was the right thing. That was smart. And so I was watching poor Vision. I'm like, man, I'm about to break watching Vision. And so
yeah.
That was
so sad.
So they put the boys to bed, and then she said something that I think resonated with me, which is "Thank you for choosing me, boys." And that kind of goes back to what Agnes had said, right? Early on in episode 2 or episode 3, that, kids choose you and you can't control them.
My heart.
So the boys end up disappearing. We never see that, which is probably good because that'd be too much for a Disney show for the kids.
Let me say something. I was struggling with Vision. If we'd have saw them boys disappear, I'd have needed therapy. Go ahead.
So Wanda's going around turning off the lights, and Vision's like, no. We don't say goodbye in the dark.
Right.
And he was like, I think I read that somewhere. And she's like,
no, you didn't.
No, fool, you did. You did not. But they have a very touching scene, and he asks her basically, who am I? And basically he's her part of the Mind Stone, basically, that's inside of her.
It's so cute.
And it was what pissed me off a little bit. At no point in time, unless they just didn't show it, did he elaborate, hey, by the way, the other Vision, I woke him up.
Just didn't say it ever.
He did not. Unless they do a flashback in DS2 or somewhere else down the line.
Mm-hmm.
Never mentions it ever.
But so she has to watch him just die for the 4th. I'm losing count here.
Third
time.
Well,
Third
he was
time.
dying outside the hex for a little bit. Did she see
No,
that?
she didn't see that.
Oh,
She
Just
didn't see that.
you knew she just expanded the hex on that one.
so this was the third time she's watched him disappear in her eyes, and then she does the walk of shame into town.
Dang.
And again,
Dang.
yes, but also again, the townspeople, in all of their wisdom, I don't have kids that are locked up in their room somewhere. Let me go and try to attack
Dottie.
this woman.
No. They just staring at her, but Dottie is standing there. And wasn't she just talking about her daughter?
Can I go see my daughter?
But
Please.
you also got to look at it this way. You've been in this trance or spell for we don't know how long.
It's been 2 weeks, I think.
And you're trapped in this, and you can see everything. And now the person you confront, you know who's doing it. You can't do nothing about it. And now it's standing right there.
Yeah, but who knew she was coming downtown? Me as a town folk, my town is free. I'm going to my family and getting the hell out of Dodge.
I'm going home.
But you still got the military. The military was hurting everybody.
I'm going home.
I would have got if the military's heard me, I would have went home, got my daughter, and let them herd me. I would not have. Right, I would not have been sitting there. But maybe that's just me.
That's what they should not. They should have just had kids come out of nowhere. That's what it probably was just a miss. It was a miss, like in Star Wars when they didn't let Chewbacca hug Leia when she found out that Han was dead. They didn't even acknowledge each other. That might have been a miss.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to. Don't make me talk about it.
One of the greatest gaffes of all times. Like, one of the greatest gaffes.
Don't make me talk about that.
So in the end, Monica flies out of town, or Wanda flies out of town. And to you guys' effect, Wild Knight, you said, why wasn't she arrested? I can tell you one thing. This woman took over a town, mind control the whole town, took out the military.
I'm not going anywhere near her.
Who is going to arrest her?
There's no Avengers here. Like, I'm just going to go.
It's just Monica who just got her powers and don't even know what she can do.
We think,
yeah. Well, no, she's got powers.
I think she had powers before. My argument is she had power before she went through the X.
You think she got him? Go ahead.
Regardless of that, whether she had them before, during, or after, she don't have control of them, and you're going to go after somebody that controlled the whole town for weeks. Ain't nobody bad enough.
Totally.
And she understood and she understood what Wanda was going through, because she was like, if I had your powers, I'd have brought my mom back too. I don't know if I would have taken over a whole town and enslaved their minds, but I would.
I would have
Your point. I might have went a different way, cuz.
So Wanda flies off, and then the episode's in, and then we get our first mid-credit scene, which as soon as I saw it was Monica, I knew who was going to be in the scene. I already had guessed who was going to be in the scene, which was the Skrull lady from Captain Marvel and from Spider-Man Far From Home. So the wife of the leader of the Skrulls. And she's like, oh, somebody. So was it Nick Fury that she was referencing, or was it her husband that she was referencing? I'm thinking it's Nick Fury.
I'm pretty sure. First thing Elijah said was, because he doesn't always remember his name. Oh, the guy with the patch wants her up on the space shuttle. Yes, son. It's Nick Fury. Yes, son.
He has his brother's name. Why can't he remember?
I can't remember Nick Fury. I know. He was like the guy with the patch.
Mm-hmm.
The guy with the patch.
And then we get, after that, a couple more credits, and then we get our final scene, which is Wanda doing Doctor Strange and Dr. Manhattan at the same time, where she's got one body doing something, which I think is her healing, having tea and sipping and looking at the surroundings and
her much needed therapy.
Yes. And while the other one is sitting there reading the Darkhold, which is probably not good at all that she's reading that book.
Did you notice the runes on the entire house?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I didn't see that. She had runes all over the house?
She had runes on the outside and runes throughout the house.
I didn't see that, no.
Oh, so no other witch but her can cast spells in there or use powers in there.
Or are they containment rooms?
Oh.
She's reading the Darkhold. Or are they runes their containment, so now I got to go back to my supernatural days. Are they containment rooms? Are they rooms to make her invisible so nobody can find her? Because she now knows there are other witches and magical people. She knows if she's reading Darkholme, she knows about Stephen Strange. Well, she knows about the Sorcerer Supreme. She may not know Stephen, but she knows about the Sorcerer Supreme and other sorcerers. As another sorcerer, why would you not try to find her?
Mm-hmm.
You got to try to find her.
So she hears the boy screaming for help, and that's where it ends. I'm hoping that's not the way the boys ended up in the comic books, because they got absorbed in with somebody's hands for a little bit.
Yeah, they got absorbed in the master pandemonium, but they were pieces of Mephisto's soul. So Pandemonium absorbed to get the power from Wanda, and then Mephisto's like, "Hey, I've been looking for those. Let me get those. Thank you." And he put him in, make him whole.
So, all in all, it was an excellent episode. I think it showed off. So Paul Bettany, you know what? That was probably the only way that fight could have ended anyway, because they're two AI robots, and they're probably sitting there like, "What is the use of us slugging it out? We're equally matched. Why don't we talk instead?
Why don't we theorize?
Parlay."
Parlay.
So Nate, overall, with the series finale, and I know you were one of the hesitant people going, "What the bleep is going on? What do you have me watching, Cliff?" And I'm like, "Give it time, just give it time." So now that all 9 episodes have gone, what did you think about the whole thing?
Can I tell you? It's a beautiful wrap up to a great series. I do love the way that they kept building, kept growing. The acting was superb, top notch. I was really one thing I will say. I'm very happy about something. Asian Americans have had as large of a fight in Hollywood as African Americans have. If we're not cast as a slave, a thug, or whatever,
they're cast as a kung fu guy or an evil mastermind.
They have to be some, or a doctor that does math. Either they have to be a mathematician or they have to be a kung fu guy. They could never be an actual real man's man or an FBI agent, or and they had to be like, I hate this. I don't get me wrong, I love Jackie Chan, but if you're not a kung fu funny guy, but if they're making fun of your accent, then it's not accepted in Hollywood. So for them to cast it the way he did, I honestly I've got to give a lot of credit to Marvel. That they went out. What's that?
Sarah Finn, she's casting director for Marvel.
Yes, I'm telling you, excellent work, excellent casting. I'm sorry,
and they took a known character from another movie and basically gave him a bigger role. They with Darcy, who doesn't do debriefings.
She was like, "All right, I did my part. I got Howard. I'm out."
I don't do debriefings.
But go ahead, Nate.
But what I was saying is, mad shout out to the acting, mad shout out to the casting. But I'm sorry, out of the whole show, Agatha Harkness stole it.
She stole it.
She stole it. And that's one thing I will say. Sometimes actors have to, like Will Smith did the same thing with Kevin James. You have to be able to know, yes, you're the big star, but sometimes to make a movie great, you got to step back and let somebody be great within the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that Elizabeth Olsen stepped back and let Agatha shine, because she shined.
She had no choice, though. If you look, you compare Catherine Hahn's resume to everybody else in the series, they don't hold up. Broadway, countless TV shows, countless characters. I was watching an interview with her the other day, and the guy was like, you realize that every character you have ever played, you played in this one series. Like, oh, you noticed that. She was the neighbor, she was the best friend, Catherine Hahn is a beast. She's a B-level beast, B-C level, but there really were no A-listers in this show. Not like gonna be in Winter Soldier. So I mean, but they really, if they really wanted to, who could really hold a camera?
If anything, I feel like this whole show has made this entire cast A-listers.
Right. And is Falcon and Winter Soldier really B-listers? I mean, A-listers. They're not. They're still B.
Papa Doc. with Pembroke. That's a private school. And he came from a home.
I mean, the only A-lister that was in the Avengers.
His real name is Clarence.
Before the Avengers really took off was freaking Samuel L. Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they all became A-listers after the Avengers came out.
Yeah, well, it revitalized RDJ's career.
Yeah. It revitalized RDJ's career.
It helped Chris Evans after freaking Fantastic Four, because he was a pariah for Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
Pariah. And that wasn't his fault.
Really sad, because like all he did was get cast.
Mm-hmm.
Like he didn't control the writing, he didn't control the director. Like all he did was play a part and get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I tell you, that was bad. You know,
what was the other one he did?
I know what you're talking about with
Mercenaries.
Yeah, the Mercenaries.
And
with Zoe
and what's the guy's name?
Jeffrey Morgan.
Yeah, Jeffrey Morgan.
Yeah, I think it's Jeffrey Morgan. I know what you're talking about. Where they were
and Columbus Short. Was it Columbus Short? The black guy?
Yeah,
I forgot the name of it.
But the bottom line is
that a little bit.
But what I was saying, and you said her name is Catherine Hahn?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Man, Catherine Hahn stole it. She was incredible. She was dang. And what
like, you didn't even know she stole it until like the last 3 episodes, which I think is fantastic.
Right. It's amazing that one scene with her. That was her scene. That song.
Beautiful.
That one scene just flipped it, and everybody's like,
damn.
She just took over and ran with it.
The Losers. That was an which is a good movie.
She took over and ran with it.
But you know, one of the things I will say, and that's another thing I will say about Marvel. They had Samuel L. Jackson as an A-lister, but they will employ B-listers and make them stars. Because Anthony Mackie is now the next slated leading man for Marvel. And that's dope.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
Well, the other thing, right, is what was I going to say? So if you think about it, just about everybody on the Avengers, their Phase 1 Avengers, had their own thing. They were fleshed out. Then came Phase 2 with Vision and Wanda and the others, and including Falcon. Falcon's story wasn't really fleshed out. Yes, he was known as the friend of Cap that came along, but you didn't really know his history. This gave us an in-depth look at Wanda and Vision and how everything came to be. And I think the same thing's going to happen with Falcon and Winter Soldier, where it's going to do. Well, it's going to be a lot of background stuff basically on everything that Bucky's dealing with, because yes, they deprogrammed the White Wolf, but there's still so much in his head probably. I mean, think about all the stuff he's done.
The highest level of PTSD ever.
All the bodies that he got is opened his mind up.
Mm-hmm. So, Christina, all in all, general wrap up, what did you think of the whole series?
Man, I am a sucker for a wizard. So the fact that they built a whole show around the dopest witch, I love it. I love everything about it. She's amazing. Elizabeth Olsen, mwah. Queen energy, love it. I can't wait for Doctor Strange. I already love Doctor Strange because once again, wizard.
Mhm.
So I'm excited. I've been a huge Marvel fan, and everything I see just revamps and elevates that, and I love it. It's great. Can't wait to. I want the Loki show, and I want it now. I want
Just
it.
remember, Chris Evans is only 39 years old.
Why are you gonna tell me that?
He's 39 years old.
Why are you gonna tell me that? There's not that much of a difference between us. I'm in LA. It can happen.
Oh my God. Mackie is 42. Mackie's actually older than him.
She said, I asked you about Papa Doctor.
I asked about America's ass, okay?
So, Eric, since you're the special guest, what did you think about the whole series?
I enjoyed it from day one because I remember Feige said he was going to go and he wanted to go into the horror realm of Marvel. That's what he's going to do with Doctor Strange. And when that first episode, I was like, oh, they take this to a Twilight Zone level. And I started looking at the first 3-4 episodes like I was watching the Twilight Zone. And I was in from day one. And I knew that they were building to something. I just didn't know what. And they stayed parallel to the comics. You know, I'm a big comic guy, so they stayed pretty much parallel to the comics. Little tweaks here and there because certain stuff you just can't do.
Like Mephisto.
Right. Well, you can do Mephisto. You can do Nightmare is still supposed to be the villain in DS2. Supposed to be. You can do Mephisto easily. You just gotta get the right person to do it and how you play it. But I didn't think I never thought it was Mephisto. I thought it was Nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Nightmare because of like it fit his MO of this is actual Nightmare. Then one's like, Wanda's the big bad. Okay. Let's see how they gonna take it. I trust Marvel. I have questions about the Eternals, but this shows me.
Oh yeah, the Eternals. The Eternals got me like that and that MODOK thing, which they made.
That looks hilarious. Look, the Supreme CPA.
Mm-hmm.
That MODOK looks hilarious.
Well, that's because it looks like it almost looks like they're taking stuff from Robot Chicken. It looks like they're taking a lot from Robot Chicken.
Right, and with Patton Oswalt, come on. But I was happy. I was happy with the ending. A little bit upset because Monica's friends are whack. She got no friends. They just say, okay, she went in there again. Well, we just gonna pack up our shit and leave. They left her. Right.
And Jimmy got arrested again. I'm like,
right. Thank you. Jimmy got arrested again. I'm like, where are the people that you called in? She need better friends. Mm-hmm. But
called in for a moment, and then they were like, "All right, tried. Bye."
You need a truck. We brought you a truck. She said you wanted a truck.
That's all you wanted.
That's all you wanted. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed the ride.
Okay. Well, I did enjoy it. Like Eric, I enjoyed it from the beginning. I have not really been a big Avengers fan. I've been a Cap fan. And Scarlet Witch was always an enigma to me. And I totally missed when she went off the rails in Avengers Disassembled and House of M. She caused so much pandemonium in the Marvel Universe. It's ridiculous. And they kind of show that. Yeah, go ahead. What were you about to say?
Point of order. People always blame House of M on Wanda.
It was Charles's fault, right?
It was Pietro's fault because Charles and Xavier, something ain't right with Wanda. So Charles, Xavier, and Strange were going to shut her down. And Pietro was like, I'm not going to let you take out my sister. And Pietro went to Magneto. And Magneto was like, she's too far gone, son. We got to let her go. He said, and they said, you're just going to stand and let them kill our sister? He said, they're going to kill your daughter. He was like, and Magneto was like, I know that. I've talked to Charles. I know what they're going to do. And Magneto was going to let him take her out because he knew what she was capable of. Pietro is the one that kicked off House of M. He turned Magneto, and he turned Magneto, and then they turned Xavier, who took control of Wanda. and granted everybody's wish. Wanda gave everybody their dream. She gave whatever you wanted it your life to be. She gave it to him. But who kicked all that off? That's why when they brought Pietro in, I was like, oh shit, they about to do House of M for real.
So, one other thing that came out of this, and I have questions for, since the Hex rewrites everybody's thing. Now, the Army folks, they came in when the shield went down. When the Hex was being pulled back in, did those people get hit by it? And so that would be their second time of getting hit by the Hex. So are some of those changed?
Oh.
Are some of them changed? I mean, what's going to happen to those folks? And then my other question is, where is Agatha stuck? Is she stuck somewhere, or is she just stuck in Westview as the neighbor?
I think she's just stuck in Westview.
She's stuck in Westview.
Okay.
No job, no money, no house. She just stuck there.
Well, no, she can live with old dude.
Oh God, Ralph! Oh, get away from me,
Ralph. Okie dokie, Smokey.
So I think it was overall, this whole series has been excellent. I'm waiting for Falcon Winter Soldier. What I'm beginning to think is these are all going to be one-offs. So there's not going to be continuing series for these. This is more of a here. Let us show you what's possible.
Want the Loki show.
That Loki show going to be crazy.
It's going to be so twisted.
So will Wanda show up on there, because she is something that the TVA will be looking for, just like Loki is.
Not necessarily. She didn't affect the timeline.
But she kind of like took over time.
Like Wild Knight said, she went and isolated herself.
Right.
So
she didn't
find her.
Loki is he's an anomaly.
Yes, because he's not supposed to exist. Technically, he should be dead.
He should not exist. He should not exist. He's an anomaly.
Oh, and I can just imagine. I could just imagine him coming up, after he got the Space Stone, and he gets there at the time. Which one did he grab? He grabbed the Tesseract, which is the Space Stone. So, and he shows up and he's like, why am I not here? And they're like, well, about that.
See, what happened was you died, but here you are.
But Thanos lied. He said he was not coming back anymore. He said Loki was done.
And Loki said, haha, bitch. You guys couldn't tell. Loki's my favorite villain. I love
Really? You said you like a wizard. Loki
I love Loki.
So have you guys seen the?
And I love it.
So did you guys see that Matt Damon and the other Hemsworth is back in Thor 4?
And
playing fake Thor and
fake Loki.
And fake Loki.
And Liam Hemsworth?
Yes.
Sam Neill's in it too. Sam Neill came back too. Because Sam Neill I think he was fake Odin. No, he was.
Yes, he was fake Odin.
Yes, he's in it too.
So they brought in Matt Damon, the Hunger Games brother.
Yes.
And okay.
Wait. Have you not watched Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't remember that they were in that one scene?
No.
Oh my God, you got to rewatch it.
You gotta watch that.
They were in the play. You got to rewatch it again. It was hilarious when Thor came home and he's like, "What the hell is going on here?"
But you also realize that Matt Damon played Loki in what was that Jay and Silent Bob movie with Rufus the 13th part, the 14th.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. Dogma. He was. His name was Loki.
His name was Loki.
So the other thing about Love and Thunder is Melissa McCarthy has been cast as Hela. So that means she is going to be in the play with the other two. Well, do you not remember? See, Christina, you don't remember. Nate remembers the over-the-top acting that Loki had put on this play, celebrating his life and his sacrifice.
The play that he wrote.
The play that he wrote.
I love Loki so much.
So yeah, that was so that's happening on there, and then Valkyrie has a new outfit as well. She has a new outfit, and supposedly she's looking for her queen. So we know which way that character's going. Yes. So I think it's going to be an interesting time. I don't even know how far out that's going to be.
Loki?
For
The
I
Loki
thought
show or
that
Thor Love
was 2023.
Probably.
Thor Love
Because
and
Black Widow is May.
Black Widow's May, and then Doctor Strange is next year, or is that the end of this year?
Strange is next year.
Spider-Man is the end of this year.
Yeah, so they're just doing 2 this. Well, they're doing 4 this year. No, they moved Shang-Chi back to next year, next February.
That's another one I'm not so sure about.
Wait, I thought that was still this year.
I thought they moved that back. I mean, Marvel's doing a martial arts movie. How can they mess that up? Marvel's doing a martial arts movie. They're basically doing a Marvel version of Enter the Dragon.
We'll see.
They're doing Enter the Dragon with superheroes. Come on. Come on, you can't mess that. Marvel can't mess that up. You can't mess that up. And allegedly, Omega Red is in it too, as a fighter.
Oh,
Shang-Chi is July 9th, 2021.
So, Shang is coming out this year?
Yeah.
I might have to see.
Which one? Oh, Shang-Chi?
Yeah, July 9th, 2021.
That could be the third
that's the thing that's in between, I think, Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Loki.
No, that should be.
Or is that Black
Widow? That's Black Widow.
Yeah, Black Widow is they're holding that for the theater. Damn.
And then Eternals is November 5th. Spider-Man is December 17th. And then the next thing we get is Doctor Strange in March. Thor Love and Thunder is May 6th, 2022.
Okay.
So it is next year. Okay.
And
Cool.
So Spider-Man, that's going to be interesting. So Spider-Man's supposed to tap on the multiverse too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Doctor Strange is supposed to be taking the Iron Man role as mentoring him, as being his mentor.
Probably, yeah.
So that
the that'll coming out in 2023 is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay. And then Natalie Portman will be in Love and Thunder.
As Thor. She'll be Thor.
As the female Thor.
Captain Marvel 2 comes out on my birthday next year.
I'm waiting for Red Hulk. That's what I'm waiting for to show up.
Yes.
So when's he gonna show up? Is he gonna show up in Black?
Can General Ross stay alive? And no offense to the actor, can he stay alive long enough to become Red Hulk? I guess is my question.
You need to go back to Sam Elliott. Go back to the cowboy.
Oh God, he's way too old to be playing General Ross now, isn't he? How old is he now? Is he in his 80s?
He can still play the Ghost Rider. So, well, wait. When is Blade coming out, or is Blade going to Disney Plus?
Blade is coming out in the theaters, but I don't know when it's coming out. With
it's not on this list.
Okay.
The last thing on this list is Fantastic Four, which is TBA.
They don't know.
Blade's not on there? Okay.
Nope.
Well, they just got the actor for it, right?
Eternals, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Thor, Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Guardians of the Galaxy, Fantastic Four.
Black Panther 2 is going to be bittersweet. That's going to be bittersweet.
Recast Panther. I'm on team recast.
No,
they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. What they said they were going to bring back Killmonger. Yeah, Killmonger. They're going to bring him back.
I don't think they're going to do that. If anything, I feel like they're just going to make Shuri Black Panther.
No, they're going to bring back Killmonger long enough for Shuri to become Black Panther because they're going to say she's not ready. Blah, 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 blah,
yes.
blah, blah. Yes.
I want it. Female Black Panther. Let's freaking go.
Well, she was Black Panther in the comic books
for a minute.
Yeah, she was. Because T'Challa was like, man, I ain't got time for this. He kind of did like Thor did and was like, I don't want to be on Thor was like, I don't want to be on Asgard. I'm going to go over here. What did Odin say? I got one son that wants all the power, and then I got one son that doesn't want anything. And that wasn't even Odin.
Right.
So, Nate, any shout outs or anything you want to put out there in the ether?
Well, no, not really. I mean, everything's going good. Radio show's going good. Everything's going good.
Old school drive. 1 to 5.
On Sundays.
Big name.
On Fiero. 106.
106.1.
Wild night, anything you want to shout out?
No, shout out. My sister dropped a book. It's on my page on Facebook. Go check out my sister's book. Pick it up.
Mhm. Christina, what you got?
If anybody needs a website, catch me on Fiverr.
Yeah.
I build websites using
All right.
Squarespace mainly. As long as you don't want me to do no coding, that's fine.
So, just so everybody knows, we're usually live on Fridays or Saturdays. We'll probably be taking a break here. Oh no, we won't be, because when we go to Tampa, when me and Big Nate go to Tampa, is actually during the week, so we won't miss a show. But we're going to miss a show when I go to Vegas, because that ain't happening. And I think Nate's gonna be in Chicago. So
I'll be in Chicago.
Yeah, so that's April. And then
I'll be in Chicago 2 different times. I'll be in Chicago March 19th to the 22nd, and because I'm coming to see my mom.
Okay.
But then I got time Saturday night. It's gonna be cigar smoking.
Hit me up. Hit me up when you get in town. Hit me up.
For sure, I got your number. I got you.
I'm all alone.
Oh, poor
There's
Christina.
nobody here beside me.
My friends are all gone.
There's nobody to direct me. But you gotta
have friends. So just so everybody knows, like I said, we're live usually on Friday nights or Saturday nights, depending on Christina's schedule. I don't know what we're going to do next week, actually, because we would have usually done a recap, but I decided to do it today because it was just so much going on. And this was, like I said in the show, it's bittersweet. The whole thing was it was a bittersweet ending, but it was nice to have experienced it over the last 9 weeks.
But you know, I mean, it's a series ending, because that's what hurt my heart. I said, so that's it. That's it with Finito, with the whole thing. That was, it hurt my feelings. I was like,
she's gonna show up. She's gonna show up again.
Yeah, she's gonna come back. She's only what in real? How old is she? 41.
Is she that old?
Is
no.
She's the younger sister.
Yeah, she's the youngest.
Let me see. Ocean.
I mean, except when she got drained, then she looked like her older sisters. But still, she's the youngest Olsen.
You so petty. Why are you so petty? She is. Oh, she's born 80.
She's 32.
He's 32, so she'll be back.
Yep. She's 3 years older than the oldest sibling.
So she could actually be in the next iteration of the Avengers.
Yes, she will be. Although I've heard she might be the focus of it, or it might be Batman. The actor who played Batman, I can't think of his name right now. His character, the God Killer, might be actually the focus for the next phase, but they're not sure yet. God Killer is going to show up in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Have they announced
that? That is a great. If you have not read that,
what God Killer?
Jason Aaron is arguably right now probably the greatest comic book writer. I mean, his stories are just freaking amazing and have so much depth. If you got time, get the Marvel Universe app, because you get every comic every old comic. That's and it's like $9.99 a month.
Yeah, it's played by Christian Bale. That's who it is. That's who's going to be.
And read Gore the God Killer and read that series. It's amazing. Jason Aaron is a monster storyteller.
He was basically for Christina, Big Nate to know, he was a guy from another world, and he got pissed off at all the gods and was like, I'm gonna take them out. I'm tired of them. They ain't doing nothing. They don't listen to me. He was basically, I don't know, Nate, if you remember Arnold Schwarzenegger's Conan. When Conan was about to fight James Earl Jones, he's like, look, if you can't come and help me, F you. Or I'm sorry, to hell with you.
Yeah. And he went and killed he was going around killing every god with no mercy. But then he ran. Yeah, and Thor ran into him when he was young Thor, before he had the hammer. When he was like in his teenage, he's like between equivalent our age, he was like 18, 19 when he ran. And Thor was the one that got away. Because he underestimated Thor. He beat Thor down, and he was holding him up by his throat, and he was about to kill him. And he said, "What are you, the god again?" And he said, "Lightning." And he struck him with a lightning bolt, and Thor ran. And Thor never found him again. And so when he finally caught up with him, he's like, "Wait a minute. You're the one that got him. I've been looking for you." Wait. And
so that should be interesting. But the other thing is, as some of you know, last week I uploaded us as podcasts. So we do have a podcast. This is officially a podcast now as well. We upload on Sunday mornings, and we're available on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and most other platforms as well. So you can look for us there. Just look for CNC SciFi Grill. I want to thank everybody for joining. I want to thank Wild Knight for joining us for this little thing. We like to call him in when it's time for the roundup. I want to thank Big Nate and Christina, as usual, for being here and discussing these things. Next week, I don't know if we're going to sit back and just look at the Marvel Universe and go, I can't keep up anymore, or what we're going to do. Because the next 8 weeks after this week is going to be a wild ride, because it's Falcon Winter Soldier, and right after that, I believe, is Black Widow, and then Loki comes out, and so you're just like,
literally, Marvel said, "I know we didn't give you anything in 2021. There you go."
Yes, Corona may have stopped us, but we got a whole lot to give.
Here you go.
Are you gonna do Kong versus Godzilla?
I forgot about that. That is coming on HBO Max. I'm going to the theaters to see it because they actually open down here.
They open here.
Oh, okay. They open in Chicago finally?
They've been open.
Oh, okay.
I know people who've gone to the movies.
Yeah, I went today. I went to go see Raya.
They're talking about opening up Disneyland.
What was that?
Yeah, Raya wasn't too bad, but it was your usual Disney story. It was 2 hours. I'm gonna tell you that now. It was 2 hours.
Disney Plus right here.
Yeah, but that's an extra one. That's one of the $30 extra ones that they tack on.
Yep.
Like Black Widow is going to be $30 extra if you want to watch it.
They're going to put Black Widow on Disney Plus? They gave in? Really? Wow.
Thanks to the pandemic.
Wow.
Yeah, they're talking about reopening Disneyland and a bunch of stuff in April.
Well, y'all have
opening Disneyland
April 1st, supposedly.
That's a rock.
Have fun with that. Have fun with that.
Well, Disney World's been open. Disney World's been open for how long?
That's because Florida's full of crazy people, just like Texas.
Well, Disneyland's Disney World's been open for I don't know how long.
Florida's a whole different. There's a different animal than Texas. Florida's a different animal. Texas is crazy, but it ain't Florida crazy.
Nah. But thank you all again for joining us for wherever you're listening to us, whether on podcast or you join us live or you watch us later on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook. Thank you again, and we will talk to y'all next week. And I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we'll pick something.
We'll talk about something.
All right. Christina, you're not going to say bye. You're just going to look at your phone. You're just going to look at your phone. Okay. You had me doing my Dave Chappelle P. Diddy moment there. Oh, so you're going to do your taxes while we signing off?
Taxes is what you're going to do.
All right, y'all. Peace out.